everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a video that I've never filmed before, something a little bit different, and I'm here with a one brand makeup tutorial. So I've never done this before, and if you don't know what it means that I've just sat and done this entire makeup look all from one brand, and that brand is Rimmel, because I saw Hannah Renee, who I think that is how you pronounce her name, who is one of my fellow YouTubers. I say fellow, I don't think she'd know who I am, but a YouTuber here on this crazy little platform, I'll leave her link below, who does videos like this all the time, and I've watched a handful of hers and I've really enjoyed them, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to steal that idea, so thank you Hannah if you ever find yourself watching. But yeah, I thought I'd start out with Rimmel because it is an affordable brand, it's a drugstore brand, and I feel like it is everybody's go-to brand for when they first get into makeup. Like, I know that it's definitely mine. But yeah, I've just sat and done this whole spring makeup look with products that I have been loving from Rimmel for you guys. So if you want to see how I achieved this, then just carry on watching. Ugh, can't sit like that. Cannot sit like that, mate. No. Okay, so the first thing I do is take the Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation. I think Rimmel are really good with their with their face products. So I take the Rimmel Lasting Finish, and I'm sorry if you can see me looking to the right. I have my viewfinder just on the right, so that's what I'm looking at. But I just take this and I dot this all over my face. I'm not the biggest fan of foundation ever, so I don't like cake my face with it, but I do just take the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and blend this in. Obviously that's cancelled out the majority of the redness on my face. I don't tend to get really red skin, but this is a really super matte foundation and it is so long lasting, and I alternate between this and the Revlon Colour Stay usually. But the next thing I'm going to move on to is the Real Techniques, what am I on about? Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. I use this all the time, even when I'm not doing this like all Rimmel makeup look, but I just take this in the lightest shade under my eyes and on my spots. And I blend that in with the Barbara Daily skincare brush. I just kind of tend to like pat it a bit rather than actually try to spread it around loads. Okay, so then that's it for concealer, and I went to try and find my powder, and I remembered that I actually have this Rimmel powder, which is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish Powder, which matches the foundation. They're like part of the same set. And this is actually a powder foundation, which means it's quite cakey, and as this is a spring makeup look, people would probably usually go for like a dewy look, but I am not about the dewy life at all. I'm a matte gal all the way when it comes to face, so I just take this all over my face with the Real Techniques powder brush. Okay, so once this is done, we're going to move on to face makeup, so like contour and blusher. This was the only Rimmel products that I didn't own, so I went out and bought these specifically for this video, which was fine because I love trying out new makeup. So I got this Rimmel Sun Shimmer Bronzing Compact Powder, which I don't think is a contour. I'm just going to bronze my face up with this on the Real Techniques contour brush. Now, as you can see, that just adds a little bit more depth to my face. This isn't like a harsh contour at all, so if you're wanting to get into a little bit of bronzer, contour, as it's coming into the spring, summer months, this is a definite recommendation. Like, I really like how this has gone on the second time I've applied it. Obviously, I'm not sure how well this is showing up on camera, but yeah. So the next thing I'm going to take is my Rimmel blusher. This is in the colour Live Pink 050, and it's just this really cute little blush. It's quite small, it's quite pink, and because that was a shimmery contour and this is a shimmery blusher, I'm not going to highlight, so this is like my last cheek product, and I'm just going to take it on this big brush. Wow, look how pink that looks. I don't know how well you can see, but this just gives like a perfect rosy glow. I really like this blusher, I think it's gorgeous. And I don't really know why I hadn't tried Rimmel blushes before now, to be fair. So now we're going to move on to eyebrows. I'm going to use this Rimmel Eyebrow Professional Pencil Brush in the colour 002 Hazel. This used to be a personal favourite and then I went off it, so let's see if it still stands. Now this comes with a little spoolie on the end, which is definitely what is needed to just brush these through and even them out a bit more, so I'm just going to do that looking in my mirror that I have down here. Hopefully they look even on camera. A lot of the time the camera picks them up as not looking even, but in real life they do look pretty similar. but I'm just going to leave my eyebrows here and move on to eye makeup. Now this was kind of tricky as Rimmel are not known for their eyeshadows, so it did take me a little while to find one that I thought suited spring and summer and also looked nice, and I eventually settled for this, which is a 003 Smoky Purple Glam Eyes eyeshadow look thingy palette. That'd be the one. Why has it got such a long name? But yeah, I'm just going to take this first on my finger, and I'm going to take this colour here, so the one in the little, yeah, like it's pinky purpley, kind of almost iridescent eyeshadow, and I'm just going to take that all over my eye. I'm going to use the same mirror that I just used, just because this is the only mirror I have. So it's just this really subtle pinky purple kind of colour, and I'm now going to take the darker purple, the like middle coloured purple, this one here, from this, and I'm just going to take this all over my eye. I'm going to take it quite a lot because this is not a particularly pigmented palette, but I'm going to take this quite heavy on the Real Techniques, what is this called? Shading brush. Now obviously that is not the most pigmented eyeshadow, and Rimmel aren't known for their eyeshadows. I wouldn't rate these as amazing. I don't know if it's the choice of colours or what this really is, but like, I think it's just because I often use higher end eyeshadows and this is like a drugstore eyeshadow, and yeah, but I'm going to take the darkest colour, which is this like blue toned purple, through the crease of my eye and hopefully darken this up a little bit. Okay, so that one is really pigmented. I'm going to need to even them out now on both eyes. So yeah, the darkest colour is really pigmented, the other one's not so much. I blend this a little bit more with a fluffy blending brush just so that my eyes don't look too like ridiculously dark at the corners. To brighten this up and make it a bit more spring, I'm going to take this Rimmel individual eyeshadow, which I have here in the colour 140 Precious. Precious Rose even, not just Precious. That's a cute name though. And I'm just going to take this on my finger and put this on like the inner corner. This is kind of like an iridescent pink. I think iridescent is the word of this video, to be fair. And just place this on the inner corner of my eyes. This is a really gorgeous colour. I actually really like this. So yeah, and then I'm just going to take this middle colour here again on the same brush, just underneath my eyes a little bit, just to bring the eyeshadow down, to make sure that there's like, it's blended onto my face a bit. This has been my like go-to look at the moment, not with these specific colours, but like pinks and purples at the moment are my favourite eyeshadow colours ever. But I'm going to move on to eyeliner. So for this I'm going to take the Rimmel Glam Eyes. I used to use this all the time, and I kind of go through love-hate relationships with it. At the moment I'm not using it, but I do still have one, so I'm going to use this. Now, you all know I'm quite about the winged eyeliner life, so I'm just going to leave it there. This is quite fine. It's like quite a thin winged eyeliner. I'm just going to take the mascara, which usually evens it out, and this is the Wake Me Up mascara, Wake Me Up Wonderful, and I'm just going to put this on. Yay. Okay, so that is it for mascara. I haven't gone like really heavy on this, but I've gone like a little bit more so than usual because the eyeliner was quite thin. But to bring it all together, I'm going to use my Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in the colour 05. This is quite like a pinky nude, definitely more on the pink side. If you layer this, it goes almost to like a Barbie pink kind of colour, but I'm just going to put this on quite lightly, like quite gently, just across my lips. I know for a fact that this picks up more on camera than it looks in real life. This is not like a really bright pink. This is quite a neutral pink, but on camera it does make it look quite a strong pink colour. But yeah, I think that is this makeup look finished. I'm quite proud of the fact that I've achieved a makeup look that is definitely wearable, affordable, and reasonably alright looking, all from one brand, which might seem kind of unusual, but I've definitely enjoyed doing this video. If you've enjoyed watching it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more in the future, be sure to let me know in the comments what other brands you'd like me to do, because this is definitely something I'd love to do more of. Obviously, Rimmel is a great place to start. It is drugstore, it is cheap, and it is everybody's go-to brand really, isn't it? So yeah, I think we've covered everything. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, and I shall see you very, very soon. Bye guys!